been a steady flow of people. I think the weather's helped us a little bit to slow things down, but getting a good flow of people in after work, that's for sure.
Yeah, and what have the patrons been telling you?
You kind of almost want to hug them, but we're not quite allowed. So, and they kind of want to hug you back, which is really, it's a strange kind of feeling that they're just happy to be back, happy to have a schnitty and a palmy and a draft beer.
Yeah, is that what they've missed the most? Beer on tap?
Possibly, yeah. No, I think everyone's. I think they're quite happy to have a beer and also a well-cooked meal.
Yeah, how are you doing with the restrictions that are now in place and having to police people's vaccination status when they're coming into the pub?
So the vaccination status through the pubs, it's quite labour intensive, but that's kind of going relatively smoothly. Had a couple of phone calls that haven't been too pleasant, but it's just quite.
Is that from people who want to come into the pub and they're checking whether you'll let them in?
That aren't vaccinated.
And so what have they said to you on the phone?
I probably couldn't repeat it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
I wasn't really expecting.
Yeah, how's that process working? Because is it easier, say, for a pub where you might have security already stationed at the door than, say, a retail outlet where they might have to, now put someone there to police their vaccination status?
I hadn't thought about it for retail outlets, but we've got security on at the pub, which does kind of help. But the one that I had was on a telephone call, so yeah, I just wasn't expecting that kind of response from some people.
Yeah, and but for the patrons who have turned up, they're all very happy to sort of show their vaccination status and check in and follow the rules?
Yeah, the majority are. I mean, it's quite an onus on an operator. We seem to have more conditions on us now than before when we were vaxxed. So, we've got to do what we have to do to get the door open and welcome everyone in and get things ticking over again.
One of the things that businesses have, particularly hospitality businesses, have really worried about is having enough staff when they reopened. Is that a problem that you faced?
That's absolutely true. It's very difficult. You're probably putting on an extra 4 staff a day in my venue. I've got a lot of uni students, so a lot of people are at uni, so there's no overseas travellers that have more flexibility with availability of shifts. It's a real problem, yeah. But we just have to staff up and kind of wear the cost just to get open.
Yeah, so how are you overcoming that?
By rostering a lot more staff on, trying to find new staff, which isn't easy, but we've got 3 new people starting this week. But I've got to work into the business when it's really quite busy. It's quite difficult at times.
Yeah, now I know in the lead up to today you had a bit of a stunt going on to make it look like the pub was fuller than it was because, of course, there are density limits in hospitality venues. Just tell us about that.
I don't want to give my age away, but you all know Home Alone. So he created an atmosphere inside his house to ward off untoward people, and we were trying to bring them in the door rather than keeping them out. So, we set up a whole lot of mannequins and props and animated it all, and a bit of audio visual as well. And we had a lot of people sticking their head through the window for a couple of nights. It was a lot of fun. It was great fun. It was a great initiative by Furphy to get people vaccinated, and then once they were vaxxed, they can redeem it for a complimentary schooner. So. Everyone was doing their bit, and they did theirs, which was great.
Yeah, we just saw some of the vision there of the pub with the mannequins in it. Some of them looked underage, I've got to say, Zelman.
Oh, absolutely not. I would have liked them to. I would have liked them to drink a little bit more. They didn't drink too much.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now. Just tell me very quickly, what are you looking forward to the most in the lead up to Christmas? Is it that December 1 when it doesn't matter what people's vaccination status is, that everyone's welcome back in the pub?
To be honest, I'm just looking forward to getting 2 people per square metre across the whole venue and not having to put a mask on once you're outside to come inside. they're just little things, but they're really hard when you've got lots of people to look after. They're really hard to try and police. And when you're open from 12 hours a day, it can get it can get you after a while when people don't want to listen.